What is up, YouTube? Sorry for the delay there, guys. Just getting back in here. Um, First ever members only video. I'm very excited for this. I got two special guests coming on with me to talk about a book I'm very excited about. I think it has a huge upside potential. It's already a key, but by the numbers, I think it's a very undervalued key. And I'm going to give you guys a week head start. I'm not going to drop this to the general public until next week. So as members, you get an extra week to try to get this before this book blows up. This will be a key collector app. All those guys are going to hit this up eventually. I'm just trying to get you to the front of the list. But I'm very excited. We got the birthday boy coming up. It's past his birthday, but if you know Letty, he celebrates it for at least a month. So we got to get on here and say what's up to Mr. Let. How's it going, Mr. Let?
What's up, brother, man? Still on my birthday behavior right now.
I like it. We're going to be birthday misbehaving with Let tonight. He's home of the York Warriors channel tonight. We have a auction for Roman and Let's birthday. And we're having one Nino's birthday also, but he's not allowed to tell him what's going on. You guys will know about this. The next up, we got the man in the disguise himself. I don't even know if you guys will recognize him. But this guy, I didn't notice who it was when I first saw him, but maybe you guys will. Mr. Clark.
Let me get my. There we go. What's up, man? How's it going?
How's it going, Mr. Wink Inc?
Good.
If you guys weren't there for his channel yesterday, make sure you check out his big giveaway. There is a giveaway I'm doing. As members, of course, you guys all get a free entry into the giveaway. But if you'll get an extra entry if you guys look up and figure out on his channel what you need to do to get added into that. So, but go to his channel, check it out so you can see it. And we got till about midnight tonight before I close that off. So, but thank you guys for coming on. I got a very exciting book today. I know me and Mr. Let and Wink have talked about this quite a bit. I think it's a very undervalued book. I'm going to zoom me in. I have been investing in this book myself for a while. I got some multiple copies of this. But the book I'm talking about is Jungle Action 6. It's unbelievably tough book to find in high grades. Of course, I got a few of them. I also have two Mark Jewelers copies. There's somewhere around the room. And I also have one signed copy also. Double signed 8.0. But one of the key things about this book, before I get into like what makes it, I think, hot and undervalued, is one of the toughest things this book condition. This book's condition is notoriously tough to find in high condition. If you feel the cover, it almost has like a waxy, like you remember the baseball cards in the 80s?
Oh yeah.
It has almost like that kind of texture to the cover, where it's now almost not even like a normal comic book cover. It's almost waxy. So it makes the pages pretty brittle and it break apart pretty easy. So, but like I said, very tough to find in high grade copies. Wink, do you have one of these yet?
I got one.
Just better. Is it raw or is it slab?
It's raw and it's high grade.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to buy that from you, Wink.
I myself have 7 copies of it so far. I'm going to keep on buying them every time they come up. I know Let's got multiple copies of this.
Why don't you tell them what the big key about that is?
The big key about this book is one of the keys is the first Black Panther solo story. And that's big on its own. But one of the major keys is its first Killmonger. And I'll get into more of the numbers on that too. I look at this book as it's already there. Like a lot of these books are trying to get to where it's at. You got people specking on Nova. I'm going to use that as a counter example tonight. What I'm talking about. They've been specking on Nova for the same time period. I think they're made a year apart from each other.
Yeah.
And they're specking on that character, making it to the MCU. This character has already been to the MCU. This character had one of the best performances, I think, in the MCU. The Killmonger story was great. And there's also stuff in the future of that, too. I know me and Mr. Let have talked about this before. My thinking is they might bring Killmonger back as Black Panther. And they're saying that because he died, there's that wouldn't work. But in the storyline, especially with Venom coming over to the MCU and everything, one of the storylines in the comics is a symbiote takes over Killmonger and brings him back to life. I think that I'm not going out there and saying this is what's going to happen, but I know I'd rather see Michael B. Jordan doing Black Panther, I think, than anybody else out there right now that I play the role. I like the idea of Shuri taking it over, but it's just not the same.
I don't think she can hold it down, man. To be honest.
No.
They got to recast her. If they do.
Yeah, I not only think it's not because of a woman, it's just because of the woman they have playing her right now.
Right. Yeah.
She's too like fun.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's all it is. Yeah.
And you need someone a little bit more hardened, I think, to play that role.
Sure.
Which makes Killmonger such a great person for that role.
I agree.
But I'm going to break down some of the numbers why this is going the way it is also. Here, I'm going to share the screen so I can show this stuff. I got it ready to go up here for us. Here we go. Sorry, first time.
That's what she said.
So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. This is not the, let me go to the first screen here. I'm going to show you the numbers why I believe this is so undervalued too. And I have a feeling this will be hitting key collector in the next couple of weeks. If you look at this is the total books on the census for this book, period. 452 total books, including signature series and all that stuff like that. But if you look at the major thing, there's only 9.8 to this ever graded.
That's crazy.
So if you have 10 fans of Killmonger, there's not enough books for everybody just by having 10 fans that want the best book possible. And not only does it's the first Killmonger, it's the first Black Panther solo story. And the people that are, there's a bigger group of people collecting minority characters and more people going after that don't want to let them go. It's a different way. It's a different group of collectors. It almost reminds me like Star Wars collectors. When they get those keys, they don't want to let those keys go. They just get locked up. I know Star Wars does it a lot, and I think this is going to happen with this book too.
It's a hard book to find too.
It is.
It really is difficult to find it.
And the
condition.
Yeah, definitely tough to find. And there's so many ones of it. You think this was a 50s golden age book when you look for it on eBay and stuff like that. Like if you want to eBay right now, you can't buy a high grade copy. They're just up there.
Not available.
And so, like I said, I was referencing Nova. Let me bring up Nova's numbers.
Wow,
that's Nova's numbers.
Jesus Christ,
I didn't know that.
There's more 9/8 of Nova than there is every Jungle Action 6th graded. Think about that.
I don't even know why I came on the show because I got a whole lot of Nova.
I'm just saying, and one of the reasons I think this goes where you don't hear about Jungle Action 6 as much because there's not enough books out there for anybody to control the market on.
Yeah.
Like if there's only 10 out there and someone that likes to like take stuff and buy them up, then spread the word and let the prices go up. You can't do that with a book that only has 400 copies out there.
True.
I mean, it's just not. I mean, you could do it, but you're going to make minimal money. Where if you have Nova, let me talk about the spec of Nova coming for 10 years. We have 447 copies for $1,000 each.
Yep.
That's a GPI Nova, which I'll show you right here. GPI Nova, and it's been steady since. Let me just bring up all the numbers here. See the chart on it. I mean, it's been pretty. See the charts up, down, but it's been steady about $1,000 book for about 2-3 years now. And there hasn't been much change, and I think all that's due to the hype of the MCU of this character might be coming, and it's just where you have the Killmonger, he's already been there,
True.
So I'm gonna bring up the Killmonger one.
Wow, look at that.
This is 9/8. And that's the chart right here. I think this is when the people realize that's when the movie's coming out. And there's just no copies. So it went from easily, you've seen the $1,600, $1,200, $600 book to shooting up to 4,000 once people realize there's no copies out there for it. I mean, that's just, I mean, it's insane. I mean, there's been 3 books sold over 2 years of a character that hit the MCU and it's nowhere to be found. You see as this, there's only 29 6s.
So the last sale was August 2020.
Yes.
For 9.8?
9.6.
9.6. That's been there's only 20 of those also. I mean, you got 29 total of anything 9.6 or greater. I mean, that's just insane when you think about it.
Mm.
And it's just, and let's go to a little bit farther down because I'm going to show you what's happening with the market right now.
Oh yeah.
There's more 9.4s available.
Yeah.
So this one I'm going to tell you is going to be on Key Collector
That's
because
my favorite grade right there, 9.4.
you see the spikes right here, and all of a sudden one came up, sold for 1,300.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge jump, and I think the reason is a lot of these people don't realize the value of the book when they're putting it on eBay because they saw the sold numbers. But if you've been tracking this book, I've been doing it for about 3 or 4 months now. They sell within an hour. If you put a 9.4 up there, all of them been selling out an hour. If you put it around the 500 mark, every CGC copy of that book have sold out within a day. That's came up there. That's just been really absurdly priced. Which you would think the $1,900 one. Let me bring that up too. Here's all the sold listings.
Look at that.
That's a solid price for that book too, man. I ain't gonna even lie. That doesn't feel overpriced to me.
No, not at all. I think it's so underpriced right now. It's unbelievable. But the average time of these books going up.
Look at that 9.2. That was a nice one right there.
They're selling an hour at the latest. If you're not getting it right away, they're just gone. They're impossible to find.
9.4 for 500. Damn.
I know.
A 9.4 sign. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man.
Missed the boat on those ones.
And that's it. And that's 10% of the market's been sold on eBay in the last three months. I mean, 5% of the market has been sold on eBay in the last 3 months. That's just. And if you go on there now, let's take the sold off.
A bunch of trash on there right now.
That's it right here for a CGC copy of 5.0.
Look at that 5.0 for 350 now.
A bunch of trash.
Oh my gosh.
And if you look at all these copies, they're all missing pieces. I mean, they're all just crunched to shit. Dog ears. I mean, you can.
Let me get on there and get that one.
So hard. Like that's split right here. You can see where it's split right by the staple.
I want to give a shout out to Josh and Chad because a nice copy came up not too long ago, and all three of us was at it. They let me get it. And I greatly appreciate it. Appreciate it.
And another thing about this book I wanted to talk about too, because you don't see them come up too often, is the Mark Jewelers variant of it. I have 2 Mark Jewelers right now, and I can't find a grade higher than like a 6 probably.
Damn.
I mean, those Mark Jewelers are like impossible to find for this book. And I've been waiting. I have, of course, all my alerts set up. If it pumps up, I just buy them instantly when they come on there. So there's one up there now. It's a set of 4 of them, but they're so beat I won't even go after those Mark.
Yeah, I saw those ones.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. So, but this is definitely a book I think that has such an upside potential, and it kills me it does not get the love it deserves because I feel like it's such an undervalued. And I think there's so much movement on this book. The fact that it hasn't made Key Collector so far has made me very suspect because maybe that's somebody that's in there knows what they're doing.
So what you're saying, being that it's been bought up at such a high rate and it hasn't popped up on that app yet?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Every book. I mean, it's a book that hasn't made the hot list that a CGC copy can't stay on like eBay for longer than an hour.
Yeah,
that's insane. One sold for triple in GPA value after 1 day of being on there because there's no competition. That's insane. It's nuts. But what are your feelings about this book? What do you think about this one?
Yeah, to be honest, man, I've always had my eye on that book, but it was just like one of those books I would see and I'd be like, I'll come back and get it later. And until you brought my attention to it, I give you props for that. You did bring my attention back to this book and how rare that book was and like in a higher grade. And when you finally brought my attention to it, it was too late. I said, damn, there's no copies left. Because you know why? You bought all of them.
Yeah.
No, dope book though, man. And my other thing was I felt like this is before I really started collecting when Black Panther came out, the movie. And I was just like, well, he probably already saw his big spike when that movie came out. Because I feel like if that movie was to come out tomorrow, we will be on that book like okay. And that book would have spiked up real high. I just feel like the spike had already came and went. But from that $1,400 sale, it must not have come and gone.
Yeah. Well, and another thing I think about that too, that you brought that up, is the push for buying a lot more minority characters, because that's the future of Marvel. If anybody doesn't see that, they're crazy.
Yeah.
How many minority characters are coming out didn't coincide, or almost when that movie came out, it almost missed that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why it missed the big spike of why it didn't jump so high.
That's a good point, bro.
Because I think a lot of these characters have been so undervalued for years. I mean, Black Panther was undervalued commodity before the movies came out, which is insane. He's a top tier God level character on I mean on the MCU and the comic books, and I think he's getting his due. And I feel like the sub characters for him are start coming along for the ride too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you see, Shuri's been a big push lately, man. Shuri, her books have been spiking also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once again, with like Shuri, there's such a big market. That market can be leveraged and controlled by people that have a lot more money than us that can buy up every copy. So, well, I don't want to talk about Mr. Let's money. He gets mad.
No, I'm about to say don't disrespect Wink.
But it's just like it just this book. It's just like if you can get your copy, get it now.
Yeah.
Those 400. I mean, I shouldn't say 400 because if you're going for anything at higher value, you have maybe 90. I think there's a total of 90 books.
Yeah.
90 or higher.
Yeah.
Total 90 or higher.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And so, I mean, if those 90 books are gone, who knows when the next time those hit the market? And for me, as a personal, watching the market on the eBay and watching what's going on, you don't see high grade raw copies come up very often, if ever, on eBay. And I think that's going to change. Hopefully, I mean, maybe more will come up when the prices start going up, and people will say, "Oh, look, I got this. I can sell it," which happens with books sometimes. Mm-hmm. But if they're hiding them, man, they're hiding them good because I cannot find these books.
Yeah, they're hard to find. Yeah, so that's the thing. Dude, it's going to benefit from, like this book is what you would consider to be a pretty safe investment.
Yeah,
in a very fine and higher grade, just because when the Wakanda show comes out, everything is going to have a splash effect and benefit from that. Killmonger, at least in some, you have some safe kind of backup spec there where, like, let's say Killmonger doesn't become Black Panther or anything like that, but it's kind of insane to think that he's not going to be mentioned again with all of they're still building this Wakanda universe.
And even
this is a book that you really can safely bet on and even overpay maybe a little bit and
even
still, go for that long-term play, that 2-year play.
Yeah. And even without Killmonger, it's still Black Panther's first solo story.
Absolutely.
So it's like, even if you don't have a Killmonger.
Hold on, you showing that Jungle Action 5 is his first solo
Jungle Action 5 is a retelling of Avengers. 58 Avengers. So it's just it's not even an original story.
So
I
thought the first appearance of Man-Ape.
The Avengers one.
M'Baku, yeah.
Yeah, no, the Avengers one's the first appearance of Man-Ape.
Yeah.
That's a reprint of that story.
Oh, okay, I got you. I didn't know. Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So all they did is reprint that, and that's his origin. And then they jumped right into his new storyline.
Yeah, the Avengers one is like a brown cover. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then if you get that, that's a retelling of that. So, I'm sorry, I ignored the chat, guys. I just wanted to get to business. I want to say thank you to Discovery Bay, La Cruces, Z Collects, Azores Tiger Comics, man. Thank you guys for coming in, man. I appreciate it.
Everybody?
I hope this helped you guys out in some of your comic purchasing, because I know I like to buy the wild spec, but sometimes I need a blue chip that's a safe investment. I think this is definitely a blue chip with a high upside potential. So, and Winking, what are your thoughts on this, baby? Besides, you want every copy out there now. I know you.
No, I like it. The numbers never lie, man. I mean, the census is very telling. When you have a spread like that of grades, I mean, you look at it, 20, 20, 20, 20 of, from 7-0 up, you got 22, 28, 26. This is a home run bet. I mean, it really is. I mean, you're not going to lose on it. You may break even if you want to flip it later, but it is more of it's a longer term play. I'd say, 360 day, maybe beyond, but it's worth it. I think it's definitely a book to have. I mean, I think you're hitting the nail right on the head. It's got way too much going for it.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna put it out there right now. I think in 6 months we're gonna look back at this show and be like, "I told you so." I'm not gonna lie, man.
If we don't,
it's all Let's Fall. But thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. Don't forget, I'm having a drawing for the giveaway tonight for the, where's it at? Somewhere around here. Oh, right here.
Oh.
Giveaway for the slab. If you're a member, you're automatically involved in every drawing I have. So you don't have to worry about making any certain comments or not, but you will be in this. I appreciate you members for helping me out. Making this channel stronger. Like I said, all the members I get in, I'm taking that money to reinvest and books to give away. I've talked about this to Wink and Let before. I would love for one day I can give away $1,000 book every month. You know, and the more numbers I get, if I can get up there, I can do it.
I know that's right.
So I mean, I want to give as much as I can, but I don't want to kill myself doing it to you.
I feel you.
So all the money that comes in from these memberships will go back out to you guys. And I really appreciate it. What this community has done for me. It's brought me great friends, and it's brought me a great pastime and a great hobby. And I just want to thank everybody. And thank you guys for coming on. Lee King's back, so make sure you check out his channel. He's back to the grind. We had a great giveaway yesterday. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And Mr. Let, we're working on his 4th video now, man. We're gonna really get this guy going, man. But he has to have 500 subs before he'll do his 4th video.
Yeah.
So.
It's in pre-production. I just looked at IMDb. It's in pre-production right now.
Romy Curtis cast as Mr. Let's uncle too.
Hey, don't forget we got a claim sale coming up on the New York Warriors channel. There's gonna be a whole lot of them. Me, Chad, Wink. You coming, right, Wink?
Man, you know, we'll
do
see.
That claim sale, man. It's all about the birthday bash, baby.
Is that what it is? Oh
yeah.
Let's
well, the problem is, by the time this video comes out, it's going to be over. Members only.
Right now, we're gonna get all 8 of my members to show up there.
Yeah, man, come on.
So, but thank you guys for coming on. We're gonna get out of here so you guys get back to your day. Have a good night and invest wisely.
See you guys,
nerds.